Are you planning to move to Finland for your studies and you're wondering what to do immediately you get to Finland and how to proceed, of course, being in a new country and settling in and, of course, getting to start your day from the minute your flight lands here in Finland? You're looking forward to such video where you could, have a brief introduction of what you could do, how you could go about that particular day, and few days or even few weeks into you coming into Finland, then this video is definitely for you. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Loveth, and if you're new here, you're welcome. You're returning, welcome back. Before we dig into this video, I want to mention that you enrolling for your study program and you enrolling as present to a study degree that has been offered to you have to be done a long time ago. Immediately you get admitted. It's not one of the things that you do when you get to Finland so you don't lose your study place, okay? So remember that. Enroll as present, immediately you get admitted. So that said, when you land at the airport, the first thing that you have to do is find a kiosk or Arkioski or Alepa where you can buy a SIM card, a Finnish SIM card. Because the truth is, when you get here, you would like to communicate with your friends, with anybody that you know, with your tutor or anything that you want, or probably with me. Look at you, yes. So if you want to communicate with anybody or even have online access, you need to have a SIM card functioning here in Finland and also put some money so you could use that money, of course, as data so you can, of course, access some things. Also, you can download a Google Map, offline Google Map through Google app. But if you have already a SIM card and have paid for some data, then you are good to go anyways. You could be lucky that you got already an official address and an apartment before coming to Finland. But usually people move to Finland even before they get an address, even before they get an actual apartment for themselves. So while you're hanging with your friend or you're hanging at the school, I had an awesome experience when I studied at Tampere University of Applied Sciences, because their social students, international social service or social, what was they call the lady? She is the most kindest person you can ever see. She took students to her home, students who were stranded, wanted to sleep in the school walls. She accommodated them into her home. So what I'm saying is, you don't just panic if you don't have any place to stay, like under your name. You can, of course, get a friend, go to school. When I got admitted, I have any place to stay. When I went to Tampere, I begged my classmates to take me home with them. So, I begged literally everybody I knew in the class that I met in school to please accommodate me until I find a place. And I'm telling you, people are open-minded. I got accommodated by a group of sweet Vietnamese girls, and from there, I even decided to be living with them, and we shared rent, and that was how I stayed. So don't worry if you don't have an apartment by yourself already. But while you are hanging with your friends or hanging with a person that you met in school, try to pay attention to orientation. Try to go to the orientation in school and know what is going on. The trains, and depending on where you are, if you're very close to your school, you could just walk into your school, but try to attend the orientation. My dear, they have tutors that are going to guide you on how to proceed, especially with your studies, your social life in the campus, and all that. Then try to get your student card. Your student card is the card that will allow you to be able to access every discount that are meant for students, starting from the bus tickets, starting from your travel card. So the travel cards are usually expensive. So if you don't have a student card, you are not going to get the discount meant for students, and you're going to pay a huge amount of money. So once you get your student card, the next thing you would want to do is go and get yourself a travel card and pay on the student rate. Then you have to register yourself as present in Finland, as living in Finland, as a permanent residence in Finland. Permanent in the sense that you are going to live for years. So when you get there, there is this website that you go to. It's called DVV. It's like the population registration office where you register yourself as living in Finland. So this particular office, you can check their website. I'm going to leave the website on the description box of this video. You can check their website, book an appointment, go there in person or book online, and they are going to guide you on how to register as present as living in Finland. But there are one requirement that you have to have before they get you that registered as a permanent resident in Finland. You must have an address for yourself, a permanent address. So now it brings me to this. There are people in Finland who are going to give you accommodation or agree to give you accommodation before you move to Finland. One thing that you have to ask them and confirm is, can you use the address of the place? Because an apartment that you can't use the address are everywhere here in Finland. People are, sub-renting the apartments, and the address you can't use. So as long as you can't use the address of a particular apartment that you are agreeing to rent, then don't rent it. It's of no use to you, okay? It's absolutely of no use to you. So you need to rent an apartment that you can use the apartment address and submit to the population center as your permanent address. I am also going to leave the website where you can buy, travel tickets, train tickets, bus tickets here in Helsinki, and of course, train tickets across the cities. I'm going to leave the links to those websites also on the description box of this video, okay? The next thing you'd like to do is get an identity card. An identity card is a card that is offered or given to you by the police here in Finland. The identity card kind of identifies who you are. And this is also gotten if you, of course, present your international passport, go to a police office, and then apply for this identification card. Now, why do you need this identification card? You need it because when you want to open your account, which is the next thing we're going to talk about, your bank account, you would need to identify yourself using this identity card. Now, I'm going to also leave the website to this police office where you can apply for this card and get it. Also in the description box of this video. Now, when you get that card, you can now apply for, opening a bank account. Usually in Finland, Nordea is one of the banks that, takes international immigrants and opens their bank account for them. There are so many banks here in Finland that requires you to be a Finnish citizen or probably have lived in Finland for so many years. There are so many requirements by so many banks. Nordea has been one of the popular banks that actually opens your bank account for you even when you just arrived in Finland. So should be a bank you could consider. Now, after you've opened a bank account, you have an apartment, you have registered as a residence, you have your bus card where you could go to school and come back, you have your student ID card where, of course, you can get a discount on meals, discount on train tickets, then you're beginning to gradually settle in, okay? That's a feel-good mood. I know that. So you're beginning to gradually settle in and know where you're worried about the place. Using your Google map is always good, although sometimes it can get you lost. But that's the closest thing you have when it comes to, moving around a strange place or a place that you're not familiar with. So you just can't deal with you can get your phone dead. I have once gotten my phone dead. I entered the wrong bus, going the wrong direction to my house. So I know how it gets. So always try to charge your phones. There are charging spots in the buses, there are charging spots in the trains. You can always get a place to charge your phone, your mobile phone, so you don't get lost. Okay. Now that you are a bit settled, now you start to, of course, look for a job. And if you start looking for a job, of course, you need to make a tax provision card, like it's called a tax card. You have to do that from the tax card office. I'll put the link to the tax. Oh my God, lots of links in this one video. I'm going to put the link as well to the tax office online on the description of this video. You can book a time with them or go to the tax office and of course try to create a tax card for yourself for your job that you're about to or get, or that you already have gotten. You don't necessarily have to have that before getting a job. You can get a job and then create the tax card. So that should be in your mind as well as one of the things you do during your first few weeks in Finland. Now, finally, I am going to add this as a bonus. This is important because many jobs depends on it. There is this test that is called Hygiene Pass test. Is a test that actually tests your ability to be hygienic, your ability to work in a place where they are making things that people consume, like food, that would show that you have a sense of cleanliness, that you can be working in different companies that are making good food or packaging food and still not contaminate, the products, the food that are being sent out to the masses to consume. So this passport, this hygiene pass, is the thing that you wouldn't want to miss. Like within your 1 month of being here, you should apply for that online. The test, you do it, they have different centers in different cities. They have, like here in Helsinki, they have so many centers. So you choose the closest center to you to go write this exam. It doesn't take much. I don't remember how much it costs, like 50 euros. I don't really remember. I don't want to guess, but it's not going to cost more than that. You apply online. They have like practice tests that are in their website. Similar questions, what kind of questions they ask. It's an objective that you have to choose the correct answers, or yes or no answers. I don't remember how the question. I did it when I came here. So do that. It is going to give you the chances to get jobs in food companies. Food companies is like almost everything that we do here. We have food companies that those are packaging food in the company. We have food companies of those that are delivering food to people. We have different jobs for students that are based on this hygiene pass. And without it, they are not going to give you a job. And even if they give you a job without it, if you don't get it at some point, they'll take the job away from you. So get that as well when you get here. Oh, am I missing something? Maybe, maybe not, but I think this is basically ish, So if you have anything that you're wondering, okay, am I supposed to do this or not do this when you come to Finland, you can put that in the comment section and we can talk about it, okay? But this is basically all that you need to, settle in. As for the kitchen utensils, you don't have to carry all the pots and the plates in your mother's house to Finland. So they'll have Kirpitori is like a second-hand stores where they buy good pots, where you can buy good utensils. I know hygiene is a thing, but anything that you wash with a hot water is as good as that. So buy plenty of second-hand used stuff, plenty plates, everything, utensils, knives. You can get them from the second-hand store. And there's so many of them. In fact, in the open area like this, in the main roads, sometimes they sell them there and they are very much affordable. So get that for a start. And that's it for today's video, I think. Yeah. Okay. And see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and bye guys.